Client first, and all efforts are focused on the client's best interest. The Kendall Law Office. Locations in Altus and Mangum.
When you need auto repairs, save money and get it done right at Dwayne's Auto in Mangum. Dwayne's fixes flats, does brake jobs, turns rotors, alignments, that all-important air conditioning work, and general auto repair. If your car or truck isn't right, just head to Dwayne's Auto at 1205 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Call 782-5151. That's 782-5151. Mangum Tiger Proud.
Well, hi, everyone. Welcome to baseball here on the Fox Radio Network as we've got Mangum and Hobart in a evening affair that has seen 6 consecutive balls delivered to home plate by Colton Gillespie. Gillespie, the pitcher, to begin the ball game for Mangum, who come in with a record of 2-0. Jackson Brooks is the catcher. Max Richardson at first. Cooper Kerbrough is at second. Bo Rogers at third. And Derek Hammond is the shortstop. 2-0 pitch from Gillespie to Dozier. There goes the runner. Cold strike. Throw not nearly in time. And a stolen base for Cooper Gray. So Gray, who started with a base on balls, looked at 4 straight. And now steals on a 2-0 pitch. Perfect pitch to run on. He's in scoring position with nobody out here in inning number 1. 2-1 pitch showing bunt. Dozier pulled the bat back, and Dan Goodson says no for ball 3. 3-1 now on Dozier. Jackson Allison waiting in the on-deck circle. Would love to hit with runners at first and second. 3-1 pitch. Upstairs for a ball, and that's exactly what it'll be. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And Allison to the plate. Asa Freeman, Josh Smith, and Tyshawn Caleb. Efren Gonzalez, Braxton Mackey, and Dontrell Bailey, the rest of the lineup for Hobart, coming in with a record of 0-3, and they have been involved in some high-scoring affairs. First pitch outside for a ball, and it's 1-0 on Allison. Jackson, big left-handed hitter, as you know, and he can put a charge into a baseball.
Yeah, you get him turning around on just about anything, it's going to go a long ways.
1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. He had a healthy cut there, and it'll level the count at 1-1. Yeah, and it's not too far down that right field line. My glass is in and out with the netting there, and I can't quite tell, but it's 2-something down that right field line. 1-1 pitch to Jackson. Inside for a ball. The count now 2-1.
295.
295, all right. Obviously, your prescription sunglasses.
they helped a lot.
Much better than my regular glasses. Dan Goodson with a late cold strike 2. And the count now leveled at 2-2 on Jackson Allison. Runners at first and second. Nobody out here in inning number 1. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Allison late on the fastball. And he is retired on strikes. 1 gone here in inning number 1. Asa Freeman now will step in. Good to have you alongside. As we mentioned, we thought this one was going to start a little while ago. We thought wrong. That one cued off the end of the bat. Back to the screen. 0-1 on Freeman. He is the first baseman here this evening for Colt Allison's team. I thought I had to hustle to get home from Mustang, where I was doing the regular job today, and I had plenty of time. Runners at first and second. 1 gone. 0-1 pitch. Down in the dirt. Gets away from Brooks, and the runners will advance 90 feet. Gray is over at third. Dozier goes to second. And it was a cold strike. 0-2 now on Freeman. Mackenzie Laughlin Bates has joined us. Hello, Mackenzie. Get that outfield for you here in a moment. We never did, as we sent the defensive lineup for the Tigers in their black tops with orange numerals and orange trim. I like the look. 0-2 pitch. Chopped on the infield towards third. Fielded by Rogers. He'll fire to first. Scoring on the play is Cooper Gray. And Hobart is on the board. So a fielder's choice that goes 5-3 for the second out of the inning. Freeman retired, but give him an RBI and give the early lead to Hobart, 1-0. Staying put at second base on the play was Dozier. So 2 gone now. And a cold strike. on Josh Smith. Smith, the catcher for this group from Hobart. As we mentioned, they come in 0-3, but high-scoring affairs in all three of those games. Called strike two, and the count 0-2 now very quickly. So Gillespie, who started off not being able to find home plate, now has come back and looks strong. The last three batters. 0-2 pitch on the way with a runner at second and a runner across. This one lifted fouling out of play, and a good job by Smith to fight one off. It'll say 0-2. Oh, let me tell you about my good friend David Henry, who has joined us. Let's go Tigers. 3 up, 3 down. Well, that didn't happen, David. Jennifer Reisner's checked in as well. 0-2 offering on the way. A little bit low for a ball in the count 1-2. You know, it's kind of ironic. The Cameron Dole experience, by the way, with me here this evening. And
good evening.
On my way into the confines, Jump Around by House of Pain was playing on my iTunes. Little chopper off the mound. Gillespie will field. He'll fire to first. And a nice job of picking that one off the turf by Max Richardson. And the inning will come to an end. But not before a run crosses home plate without benefit of a hit. There was a run, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on board. We played a half inning. It's Hobart 1. Mangum coming to bat on Classic Hits 97.7 and KTJS.
Do you know the freshest and most beautiful long-lasting flowers always come from Flowers Unlimited in Mangum? If you want to send flower arrangements that look and smell great and last a long time, your best choice is to make that local phone call at 580-782-2122 for fresh flowers, silk flowers, gift selections, collectibles, memorials, and bereavement gifts. Make that trip to Flowers Unlimited, 113 South Oklahoma in Mangum.
Friends, it's important to take care of your eyes, so make an appointment soon with Dr. Michael Geiger in Altus, Seth Geiger in Frederick, and Bryce Geiger in Elgin, and a new addition to our staff, Dr. Maddie Rhodes. The Geigers are professionals and very good at what they do. Geiger Eye Care is proud to support youth and sponsor sporting events. They encourage you to attend all the events you can and be involved with our youth. Geiger Eye Care, Michael and Maddie in Altus, Seth in Frederick, and Bryce in Elgin. Make an appointment soon with Geiger Eye Care, Altus, Frederick, and Elgin.
Greer County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Rod Calhoun support high school sports. Mickey and Rod offer insurance for property, auto, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're ready to serve you at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Call 580-782-3827.
And welcome back as we get set for the bottom half of inning number 1. And again, Hobart able to push a run across home plate without hitting the ball out of the infield. A couple of walks, fielder's choice, and a run scores. And it's a 1-0 ball game. Mangum comes in with a record of 2-0 on the season. We talk about the fact that Hobart has been involved in some high-scoring affairs. You know, Mangum beat Hollis 21-3 to begin the season. And then Jackson Brooks twirled a no-hitter. This is one thing I love about baseball, by the way. On the way over here, I was thinking all the adjectives for baseball. You know, fashioned, and you twirled and scattered, and all the great adjectives for baseball. And he fashioned, twirled, and scattered a no-hitter against Merritt, 12-0. So Mangum 2-0 on the year, and ranked number 20 in the 2A poll. That's the 2A2 poll. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, Cameron Dole experience, but they have actually 2 different classifications of 2A baseball.
Much like they did in football, huh?
Yep. And most of the schools, not all, but most of those that are in that top half, they are the non-football playing schools for the most part. Mm-hmm. And that seems right? So here we go. Bottom half of inning number 1, and leading it off for the Tigers will be the right-handed hitting Derek Hammond. Hammond takes outside for a ball, 1-0. Lefty on the bump for Hobart. That's Cooper Gray. We've seen Gray a couple of times over the years, and he's always around home plate. There's a fly ball, center field, and should be the basic can of corn, and it is for Dontrell, out number 1. So 2 pitches and an out, kind of the opposite for Cooper Gray and company. Dontrell Bailey with a can of corn. And if you don't know where that phrase came from, Cameron will explain that to you a little bit later on. One gone now for Max Richardson. Mad Max takes a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1 on Richardson. He'll be followed by Colton Gillespie. Middle third of the order has Jackson Brooks, Cooper Kerbo, and Bo Rogers. And then Ryland Holt, Asher McLaughlin, and Mason Parker. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Good pitch there by the left-hander over the outer half of the plate. And Max needed a broom to go get that one. 0-2 offering on the way from the lefty. Downstairs for a ball, 1-2. By the way, Cameron set me up strategically, directly behind home plate.
How about that?
Quality. I mean, we're dead on. There's no camera angle. I don't need a box. I don't need a robocall. I'm right here. 1-2 offering on the way. Fastball. A little bit inside for a ball that'll level the count now at 2-2. I'm putting the backwards K in the book on that one. That looked like a pretty good pitch there. Mad Max with a great eye. 2-2 offering on the way here. Swing and a miss. Gone on strikes is Richardson. 2 up, 2 down for Mangum in their half of inning number 1. So that'll bring to the plate my old buddy Jackson Brooks. Oh, I'm sorry. Gillespie. Went ahead of myself. Colton Gillespie. Gillespie a chance to help himself here in the first. Colton takes outside. 0-1. Don't know if you have the Mangum Tiger football team on your Facebook page, but if you do, you saw that Colton got really big at lifting weights over the winter. Side for a ball. And the count now 2-0 on Gillespie. Colton, who had the moves like Jagger during the football season. My goodness. Fred Astaire. John Travolta all wrapped in one. There's a high fly ball into left field. Going back is Mackey, and he waves goodbye baseball. Ding dong, the pitch is dead. Gillespie gets one up in his eyes, and he takes it over the left field fence and ties it at 1. Well, if you're gonna start off the ball game on the bump and give up a run without giving up a hit, you might have a little fire in your shorts as you go to home plate.
He was a little fired up.
Oh, he hit a rope. So now Jackson Brooks will step in. Brooks, the catcher this evening, scored tied at 1. And Braxton Mackey, give him credit. I mean, he just kind of turned and said, yeah, that one's gone. Nah, I'm not even going to bother. Outside to Brooks. Count 1-0 on Jackson. Speaking of kids that are big and strong, Jackson certainly fits the bill. 1-0 pitch. Ooh. Downstairs for a ball. Dan Goodson says 2-0. Jackson, more than once this past winter, would see me at basketball games, and he would not give me the bro hug. He would give me a man hug, and my watch would say, it looks like you've fallen, Mr. Barnes. Are you okay? No. This big, giant kid wrapping me up like a blanket. Takes downstairs 3-0 on Brooks. So Jackson, see if he's taking here. He is. And it's a called strike, 3-1 now on Brooks. Cooper Kerbo waiting in the on-deck circle. Tied at 1 here in the bottom half of inning number 1. 1-1 pitch on the way. Outside ball 4. Brooks is aboard with 2 gone. And a coach will tell you, a manager will tell you, you do not want to offer up a walk with 2 gone. But that's exactly what happened. By the way, we'll get a courtesy runner now for Jackson, seeing how he is the catcher. Young Austin Stockton will come in and run. And here's Kerbo. Cooper digging in with 2 gone. Throw over to first. Stockton back easily. So many things to unpack during this ball game. That's one of the great things about calling a baseball game. So many things to discuss in between the action. Such a cerebral game as well. Late on that fastball, Curbo 0-1 on Cooper.
And I've already learned something preparing to talk about the can of corn. So how about that?
So I'm guessing that you Googled it, didn't you?
I had AI do it for me, yeah.
Oh, AI, okay, all right.
It went to more sites than Google does, so
Okay.
yeah.
Upstairs for Bull, 1-1. So
Yeah,
before our next
pulled
can,
from about 5 different sites for me, yeah.
before our next can of corn, Ashley Hill wants to know about a can of corn.
Well, it dates back to the earliest 20th century American grocery stores.
Yes.
With tall shelves and clerks, they used long sticks and hooks to pull the canned goods down.
Yep.
And when a clerk wanted to catch the can, often of corn, a staple
Yes.
item,
Yep.
they used a stick and let it drop gently in their apron or outstretched hands. That easy, predictable catch, just like an easy fly ball in the outfield. So a can of corn
There you go.
refers to an easy caught fly ball in the outfield.
And now Ashley Hill knows, as does the rest of the listening audience.
I feel like I should be doing a G.I. Joe infomercial.
3-1 now on Curbo. Kind of a half-hearted swing there. Throw down behind the runner. Stockton back and count 3-2. He'll be off with this pitch. Can you quickly summarize the G.I. Joe reference?
Yeah,
Because I don't get it.
Because G.I. Joe always said you wanted to know, and I just messed it all up.
I'll let you think about it. The payoff pitch on the way. Stockton not running. Line shot towards left field. That'll drop for a base hit. And a good piece of two-out hitting by Cooper Curbo to keep the inning alive. Mr. Stockton may have lost track of where they were in the count and the number of outs. 3-2 pitch. 2 gone. You got to be going. Not that he would have made third base on the play.
Now you know, and knowing's half the battle.
So that's a G.I. Joe quote?
Yes.
All right. I was never a G.I. Joe guy, so I didn't know that. So I've learned something. Runners at first and second, 1-1 ball game, bottom half of inning number 1. Mangum and Hobart. First pitch, popping into the mitt of the catcher. Josh Smith taken for a ball by Bo Rogers. And it's 1-0 on Bo. When we last saw Bo, he was firing fastballs on the football field. Cannon for an arm. A throw behind the runner, but Stockton back easily. Pretty good job by Kinsler Dozier to go up and get that one. By the way, tip of the cap to Kinsler's mom. He has to be. I have no idea this story, but he has to be named after Ian Kinsler, late of the Texas Rangers, right?
You would think.
1-0 pitch, down in the dirt. Good job by Smith to keep it out in front. Count 2-0 now on Rogers. Has to be. I mean, it has to be. Let me tell you about my good friend Tara Powers, who has joined the broadcast. Hello, Tara. Good evening to you. Somehow she survived a couple of months of marriage with Sam. 2-0 pitch. Line shot down the left field line. That is a fair ball. Scoring easily from second will be the courtesy runner on his horse. Headed for home is Curbo. Throw not going to be in time. And stand-up double and 2 RBI for Bo Rogers. Well, he yanked that one down the line, and it stayed just fair. So Bo with a double, a couple of RBI, and Mangum spotted over to 1-0 lead, and they're right back on top. 3-1 here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Ryland Holt now will step in. Holt actually played during that junior high bowl game and hit a couple of baseballs hard. Left-handed hitter, and he's got some pop in that back. Rogers at second, 2 gone. There's a little fister towards the mound, and Cooper Gray will go catch it for out number 3. So the inning will come to an end, but not before Mangum comes up with 3 runs on 3 hits. There was a walk, no errors, and a runner left on board. We've played 1, Mangum 3, Hobart 1, and we are the Fox Radio Network.
Friends, when you need an attorney, you can count on Bill Blue in Hobart, Oklahoma. Bill's office is at 311 South Main Street in the office of Scott Northrup CPA. Bill provides exceptional guidance with wills and trusts, powers of attorney, business planning, and special needs trusts. Give Bill a call, 580-682-1930, and Bill is a proud supporter of the Hobart Bearcats. Good luck, Bearcats, from Bill Blue, attorney at law in Hobart. JB's Feed Service of Hobart is the place to go for all your cattle feed needs. Now, whether you need custom blended feeds for your cattle, whether you need creep feed, starter feed, shipping rations, grower, or finishing rations, it's JB's Feed Service. That's the place to go. It's just east of Hobart on the Ozark Trail, then south on County Road 2220. JB's Feed Service, proud to serve you, the Wall family. That's at JB's Feed Service of Hobart.
Well, my good friend Leland Searcy from up in Moreland sending me a message and reminding me, remember, he's out, not you're out. Leland, spoken like somebody who's tossed a person or two in his lifetime. Want to say hi to Michael Owens and Cherie Flores Bowling down there at Tipton. My old friend Terry Schaefer. You seen Coach Schaefer in a while?
I haven't been down to Altus hardly.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, he's doing well. LaFay Maddox has joined us. Deborah Gamble was here in person. Susan Davidson, Natalie Mills from up by Kansas City. Tammy Thomas Riley, late of Wellington, Texas. Love me some baseball, she says. Gillespie goes to work here in inning number 2. And the first pitch is a strike. And the count 1-0. So Mangum answered nicely in their half of the inning. Pitch downstairs. Count level at 1-1 on Tishon Caleb. Tishon, I mean, if you know him from the basketball or even from football, you would just guess that he's the shortstop, right?
You would think.
I mean, you're like, okay, well, I know what position he plays. You don't have to ask. He plays shortstop, of course. Looks at one upstairs here for a bull. The count 2-1. Gillespie with a fastball, cold strike, and it's 2-2. Yeah, you can't call it too quickly with our good friend Dan Goodson behind the plate. He's demonstrative. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Gillespie's got his second strikeout of the night. Tishon a little overmatched on that one. So one gone now for Efren Gonzalez, the left fielder. Got tickled. A couple of folks telling me that it's a called strike. It's 0-1. That they had the opportunity to listen to the broadcast that we did in the semifinals of the state tournament involving Lawton. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And they said the energy level was absolutely amazing, and it was. That was some electric stuff that night.
That was exciting.
0-2 pitch on the way here. Gillespie overthrew that one to the screen. It's 1-2. So a lot of boxes to check off as we go through the broadcast, and I don't know how we put them in order of importance, so I won't. But the first box that we need to check is the 1-2 pitch from Gillespie on the way. Nubbed back to the screen. It'll stay 1-2. You tell me that somebody is celebrating a birthday today.
Yeah. Cole Tallison is celebrating his 43rd. He's just a pup.
He's only 43? My goodness, I would have had him.
He graduated in the class of 2000.
I would have had him much older than that myself. 1-2 pitch, called strike 3. And
you said that was done from the Mangum Tiger portion of this broadcast.
Colt knows I'm going to get on him every chance I get. Happy birthday, Colt. 2 strikeouts now to start the second inning, and there's another strike. Braxton Mackey looks at one for a 0-1 count. By the way, Gonzalez striking out, and give some credit to Jackson Brooks. A little bit inside for a ball. 1-1 now on the left fielder for Hobart. Brooks had fired it down to Rogers at third before Goodson had made the strike 3 call. And a little trouble with the plant foot there. Gillespie had one get away from him. 2-1 now. By the way, I want to say hi to Shelly Jenkins Mullins, who's checked into the broadcast. 2-1, 2 gone. We are in the second. Mangum on top 3-1. Here's a cold strike. And that'll level the count down at 2-2. Gillespie, 2-2 pitch on the way. Back to the screen. Count full, 3-2. So Colt is 43, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. And he was a part of the class of 2000.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
We may want to check some credentials. Payoff pitch, and Gillespie strikes out the side. 2 of them in the backwards K variety. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing doing in the second for Hobart. We'll go to the bottom half of the frame. Mangum on top, 3-1. Brian Lively on the Fox Radio Network.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go together when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Hey, all you Tiger fans, it's game time. This is Jacob Gilner from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. We are thrilled and ready for live Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger action on the field and court this season. Let's pack the stands and cheer loud. Cattlemen's Bank is full of school spirit. Go Tigers!
Back at Mangum baseball field as we get set for the bottom half of inning number 2. Mangum on top 3-1. It'll be Asher McLaughlin, Mason Parker, and back to the top, and Derek Hammond here in the second for the Tigers. As they gave up 1 in the top of the first and then came back with 3 in the bottom half of the frame. Angela D. Shelton has joined the broadcast. Hello, Angela.
You know, that last game seemed like it lasted forever.
It did.
But do you know how long the longest game ever is?
Yes, I do, but I can't quote it. Help me out.
It was 33 innings and was actually carried over several months. 1981, Rochester Red Wings, Pawtucket Red Sox, 33 innings. Started April 18th, and it finished on June 23rd because they paused it at 4 a.m. on the first night.
Yeah, there's some deal about curfews and whatnot, and why they picked arbitrarily 4 o'clock in the morning to call it. I have no idea. Crazy.
They wanted all the closing time crazies to have
get
off the road before they got home.
Teresa Norton is checked in from Wichita Falls, America. Good afternoon, or I guess it's the gloaming of the evening now. Teresa, a baseball fan in her own right. Swinging the best here. And Asher McLaughlin down in the count 0-1. Asher, the right fielder for these Mangum Tigers as they lead 3-1. 0-1 pitch on the way here. Downstairs, 1-1. One thing I appreciate about Dan Goodson Jr. behind home plate is he stays in there.
Yeah.
And I understand, and sometimes it's easy to do in a junior high game. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. McLaughlin late on that pitch, and it's 1-2. You know, sometimes you get a catcher or two behind home plate that they struggle getting the ball, and you get banged a couple of times on. You know, I get that, but you got to hang. You just have to stay in there. Off speed outside, and the count now 2-2. So another box that we need to check off throughout the broadcast is our bosses are now grandparents.
Yes.
How cool is that? 2-1 pitch on the way here. Swing and a miss. And the count, that was strike 3. The scoreboard had it wrong. I thought so. So strike 3 delivered here. Asher McLaughlin gone on strikes, first out of the inning. That'll bring Mason Parker to the plate, the center fielder for the Tigers.
I got to go double check. I don't know that I got a name.
Lennon.
I've got a picture, but
her name is Lennon. Pitch outside for a ball, 1-0, and I am told that the kids named her Lennon after John Lennon. And I've got that picture too. And specifically with the thought of the song Imagine in mind. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0 to Mason Parker.
Special song.
2-0 pitch on the way here. Outside for ball, 3-0. Well, and, it was the irony that John Lennon was somebody that preached peace. I mean,
Yep.
and to lose his life the way he did, that was tragic and ironic. 3-0 offering on the way here. And Mason!
That's why those guys behind the plate jump a little bit sometimes.
It may have grazed him. He angrily threw the bat away. I don't think there's any. You're not going to throw at somebody when it's 3-0. It doesn't happen. Go back to the top of the order, Derek Hammond. Hammond flew to center field his first time around. He's 0 for 1. Runner at first, one gone here in the second. Mangum on top, 3-1. Stepping off, Cooper Gray. But imagine, great song, and Lennon is just doing great, and there's a line shot, fair down the left field line on his horse. Parker headed towards third. They're going to wave him home. Parker will score easily. Do they send Hammond to third? No, he'll drop anchor at second, give him an RBI, and give Mangum the 4-1 lead. What a great piece of hitting there by Derek Hammond. Turned on that fastball and roped it down the left field line. Give him a double and an RBI. 4-1 Bull game. So here's Max Richardson. Mad Max, 0 for 1, struck out his first time around. Hammond at second with one gone. Swing and a miss. Max looked like maybe he was taking a shot at right field to at least advance the runner, and it's 0-1 on Richardson. Casey Kroom going to have a conversation with his first baseman. But Lennon came into the world. She's doing great. Pictures with Chad Fox, Papa Fox, and picture with Shelly Fox as well. And I told Chad earlier, I guess, late last week when he said that they were headed to California for the birth, and I said, I'll call you Papa. You fit, but Shelly, too young, too pretty. I'm not calling her Nana. Not going to happen. 0-1 pitch on the way to Richardson. Outside, a little bit of a pitch out there. Trying to see if Mangum had something going on after the conversation between Richardson and his coach, Casey Kroom. Rochelle over there on the first base sideline. I told her she got a little bit rambunctious in that junior high game. Needed to settle it down in the varsity affair. Time called here. Oh, a balk is called. So apparently stopped his motion is all I can figure. I didn't see it. So now Richardson will hit with a runner at third base and one gone. There at third is Hammond after the balk. That one gets away from the catcher, and scoring easily is Hammond, and it's 5-1. It's gotten to the time of the night where it is not easy to pick up the baseball. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff that is colored very similar. The sky, the grass, the ball itself. 2-1 offering on the way to Richardson. Max late on that one, and it's 2-2. And again, you get the idea that Max is trying to take a shot at right field. Shallow out there in right, certainly is Efren Gonzalez. Huge gap in left center, though. Well, you put one there, and Mad Max going to run for days. Swing and a miss. Gone on strikes for the second time in as many trips. 2 gone. So Cooper Gray, strikeout to begin the inning. Walked Mason Parker. Comes around to score on the double by Hammond. And then Derek scores without the benefit of a base hit from second base. So here's Gillespie. Colton homered his first time around. First pitch swinging here. Hits a towering fly ball that is foul and out of play behind us. And it's 0-1. You will be... Well, let me just say that if you're napping, listening to the broadcast, and if one of those foul balls hits the roof above us, you won't be napping afterwards. 0-1 pitch on the way here. Downstairs, 1-1 on Gillespie. Colton hit a 2-0 fastball over the left field fence his first time around. Mangum on top, 5-1. There's a shot to center field. Going back, Bailey still going back, and it's over his head. That one going to roll all the way to the wall. Colton on his horse, headed towards third. He'll get there easily and see if they send him. And here he comes. Here comes the throw. Not in time. Gillespie, a stand-up inside the park home run. Thank you very much. We talked about his blazing speed the first time around. He didn't need it when he jacked it over the fence in left field. That time, flying around the base paths, hit it to the deepest part of the park, and easily touches them all. Standing up, I mean, that's blazing speed. Thank you. So here's Jackson Brooks. Jackson walked his first time around. Fastball outside for ball, 1-0. So the early 1-0 lead for Hobart has evaporated. They trail 6-1 here in the bottom half of inning number 2. 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball, called strike, and it's 1-1. And again, Dan, all eyes on me as I make the call. Cooper Gray, 1-1 offering. Inside for a ball, 2-1. Some would think I was channeling my inner Dallas Cowboy. I'm not, believe me. Mentioning Cooper Rush, who probably was a better quarterback than Dak this past season. There's a little pop-up on the right side, little curl foul, and get out of play. And it's 2-2 on Brooks. Softball on the schedule for tomorrow afternoon as the Lady Tigers will open up the 25 campaign slow pitch season at home against the Lady Indians of Navajo. First pitch at about 5:30. We'll have it for you on 97.7 and on the Facebook pages and YouTube channels. Brooks. Jackson ready to toss the bat aside. Dan Goodson said, "Not so fast, my friend." It's just ball 3. Payoff pitch now on the way to the catcher for Mangum. There's a called strike, and Jackson is done for this at-bat. It is the second strikeout of the, it's the third strikeout of the inning for Gray and the fourth of the evening. But Mangum plates 3 more runs. 3 runs on 2 hits. There was a walk, and nobody left on board. At the end of 2, Mangum 6, Hobart 1, and we are the Fox Radio Network.
Attention Mangum Tigers. Are you ready to show your Tiger pride? This is Lori Laughlin from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. At our bank, we are always geared up and ready to cheer the Tigers and Lady Tigers on to victory. You can count on us to wear the brightest orange and black. We'll see you at the games.
Listen, friends, are you a regular customer at Klink Supermarket in Hobart? If so, thanks for your business. Maybe you haven't been in a while. Well, we're better than we used to be. Better selection, including many gluten-free items. Good produce and meat departments, excellent service, old-fashioned service. As a matter of fact, we still sack and carry out your groceries. Neil Hobbs and employees appreciate your business, and we sell all our products at the lowest possible price. So come see us soon and often. We're open every day. Klink Supermarket in Hobart.
A lot has happened in the last year, but not according to your investment portfolio. It still thinks everything is exactly the same as the last time you had it looked over, which means it may be out of tune with any changes in your life. Fortunately, a free Edward Jones portfolio review can help make sure your investments are still balanced and in sync with your financial goals. To find out more, visit edwardjones.com or contact myself, Lonnie Olson, your Hobart investment representative at 411 South Main Street here in Hobart. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Want to say howdy hi to our good friend Enrique Lopez. Another one of those Mangum. Well, they could have been Mangum softball merchant players. No, Altus merchant softball player. Enrique and his son. Actually, the demise of his son started with him going and playing in golf matches with us, the team, when we were still playing. Hello to Rachel Harris up there in Enid, checking out the broadcast. Rachel, good to have you alongside. As we go to the top half of inning number 3, Mangum on top 6-1.
Old stomping grounds, Enid. I was a Glenwood Grizzly my kindergarten, first and second grade years. My brother and sister both went to Waller Junior High and graduated as Enid Plainsmen.
Really?
In class of 80 and 81. Yeah.
So, leading off here in inning number 3 is
it's baseball. You got time.
Dontrell Bailey swinging a miss 0-1. Oh, yeah, it's the great thing about baseball. I mean, you can analyze all kinds of stuff. Dontrell swinging a miss 0-2 very quickly on Dontrell. Another thing to mark off the list is the 0-2 pitch all the way from Gillespie. Little inside-out swing. Rogers at third will set, fire, and throws a strike over to first base for out number 1. My goodness, that kid has an arm. A little slow roller. He gobbled it up. And Bailey runs pretty well. Yeah. Left-handed batter as well. And, I mean, it wasn't even close. Good night, Nurse. So 1 gone here in the 3rd. And back to the top. And Cooper Gray. Gray got things started for Hobart as he walked, stole a base, and then came around to score the only run of the ball game for the Bearcats. Takes a pitch for a ball. 1-0 on Gray. 1-0 offering on the way. Jackson Brooks got crossed up on that one. He didn't even know where it went. 2-0 now on Gray. My Kansas City Royals begin their quest for another playoff appearance. Beginning on Thursday. 2-0 pitch on the way here. Swing and a miss. Gray misses that one, and it's 2-1. They will host the Guardians of Cleveland at the K Thursday afternoon. I've got to get my FanDuel Sports app paid for so I can start watching. Downstairs for ball, 3-1. Of course, one of the more exciting players in all of Major League Baseball plays shortstop for the Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. Swing and a miss. And the count 3-2. And Witt really kind of burst onto the scene, the home run derby at the All-Star game break last year. Finished second, but put on quite a show. Payoff pitch on the way here. And ball 4 delivered to Cooper Gray. He's aboard for the second straight time via the walk. So Kinsler Dozier now will step in. Kinsler, I mean, I talked about it earlier. Gotta be named after the Texas Ranger second baseman. Kinsler plays second base. I mean, come on. Look at the lead for Gray over at first. My goodness. He's shaking hands with Cooper Curbo at second. Pitch downstairs for a ball. 1-0 on Dozier. Kinsler walked his first time around. Ian Kinsler, by the way, not only played for Texas, but he also played for the Detroit Tigers. 1-0 pitch. There goes the runner. And Jackson had it pop out of his glove and stolen base for Cooper Gray. I don't know if he catches that one cleanly. He's able to get Gray. Gray had a great jump that time. You know, the confluence of sports at this time of the year, it's a little bit off from what it once was. There's a cold strike, and the count 2-1. There was a time when the baseball season and the Final Four of college basketball coincided at the same time. Swing and a miss here. And the count now 1-2 on Dozier. And then, do what? Oh, it's 2-2. You're right, yeah. And then at the end of that first week of baseball was a tradition unlike any other. The Masters.
I could hear the music in my mind.
Swing and a miss. Good job by Jackson Brooks to hold on to that one. And Dozier gone on strikes for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone now for Jackson Allison. Jackson struck out swinging his first time around. Runner at second base, 2 gone, 6-1. Mangum leading Hobart in the top of the third. Left-handed hitting Allison steps in. Jackson flared that one right back to the screen. And the Cameron Dole experience delighted that there was a screen between he and the baseball because it got on him in a hurry. 0-1 now on Allison. Jackson trimmed up a little bit since the basketball season, looks like. Swing and a miss here, 0-2. If Paul Harvey were still alive, he would be talking about the Wells Lamont gloves that Jackson is wearing. Go out and build fence once you get done. Swing and a miss. Allison gone on strikes for the second time. 2 more strikeouts in the frame for Gillespie. No runs, no hits, and a walk and a runner left on board. We've played 2.5. Mangum 6, Hobart 1. This is the Fox Radio Network.
When it comes to improving your quality of life after an injury or surgery, let our therapists at Elkview General Hospital help you. Our team provides both inpatient and outpatient services to maximize your recovery. You can count on Elkview Hospital's providers to deliver high-quality treatment with the latest techniques and state-of-the-art equipment. We're located just east of Elkview General Hospital in the North Hill Clinic building. Call them today at 726-2180.
Pastor Thomas Miller and the membership at First Baptist Church in Hobart are again proud to be Hobart Bearcat boosters this year. Now, our young men and women, well, they give great effort, and they are awfully good kids. Please feel welcome to visit with us at First Baptist Church. We'd love to have you in our worship service. We're proud to proclaim the gospel at First Baptist Church in Hobart. Come join us at First Baptist Church in Hobart and go Bearcats!
Well, we mentioned the confluence of Major League Baseball getting underway, the Masters a couple of weeks away, and the Sweet 16 coming up this weekend.
Yep.
On the men's side, 7 of the 16 teams from the SEC, and they had 14 to begin, so they're good. It's a good league. But you know what? Big Ten, well represented, as is the Big 12. I was looking at the bracket this morning, though, and I was comparing the conferences, and I'm like, Utah, BYU, Arizona, really? They're in the Big 12? Yeah, they are.
Yeah. How's your bracket?
I don't.
Did you do one?
No, I didn't. I
never do one competitively, but every year I pick one as soon as it's put out. So I did one Sunday evening, and I just do, and I don't even research it. I just do it based on feel.
Don't tell me mascots.
No.
Oh,
I just look at the two, and I'm like, who do I think would win that game? And if there's going to be an upset, could this team pull it off? So.
Ground ball to third. Allison, the left-handed third baseman, will get by a step at first base. Cooper Curbo. Curbo runs well, but Jackson with the putout, 5-3, and there's one gone on one pitch, and here's Bo Rogers. By the way, have you ever seen a left-handed third baseman?
I have once before.
Okay. Jackson Allison, third baseman, left-handed. So here's Bo Rogers. Rogers ripped a double down the left field line his first time around. 1 for 1. So who do you have winning the national championship on the men's side?
I've got Florida.
There are those that say that they have the most talent.
The matchups just looked favorable. I mean, the way the bracket fell, the way it built, I mean, that's how it went for me.
1-0 pitch down in the dirt, 2-0. You just... If I had filled out a bracket, Florida would have been right up there, along with Duke. Duke is they're just loaded.
Yes, they are.
2-0 offering on the way here. Upstairs for Bull, 3-0.
I was actually able to pick. I actually did pick a couple of those first round upsets too. Got the McNeese one. McNeese, I have a little. That's where my father-in-law. That's where he lived. Was in Lake Charles. So, the last 10 years that he lived down there, that was where we went for Christmas. So we'd go down and go to a game at McNeese, and so I felt a little kinship with them, so I always pull for them.
And it was one of those traditional 5-12 matchups that
oh yeah,
a lot of times that number 12 team will pick up the victory. Toss over to first base. And already one balk on the evening for Cooper Gray. That one dangerously close to the second. Rogers has got a good lead over there. You've got to, as a left-handed pitcher, you have got to make sure that front foot is not coming towards home plate when you go over to first base. Shortens up the stride there and buzzes the ear that time of Ryland Holt. 0-1 on, or 1-0 rather on Ryland. Ryland, little soft liner back to the pitcher to end the first inning of play. 1-0 on the left-handed designated player. Cues that one back to the screen. 1-1. Our good buddy Michael Scott Augustine has joined us. Hello, bud. Bet he's had some fun picking the tournament brackets. I'm a little the team that has surprised me that made the Sweet 16, Michigan. 1-1 pitch downstairs, 2-1.
They've been impressive.
They have been.
They've been a fun team to watch all year, and they got the two 7-footers, and they are peaking at a good time. And then you got Donaldson that transferred over, I believe, from Auburn, and I think he's finally getting his feet under him with the team, and they're just peaking at the right time.
2-1 shot to right field, and in place, making the catch for out number 2, Efren Gonzalez. Holt hit it right on the button, but right at Gonzalez. Line shot for out number 2. 2 gone now for Asher McLaughlin. McLaughlin 0 for 1. Struck out his first time around. 2 gone here in the third. Mangum plated 3 in the first, 3 more in the second. Got a runner at first with 2 gone in Bo Rogers. 6-1 ball game. That one gets back to the screen, and Rogers going to be in scoring position with 2 outs. It's going to be a wild pitch there. Count 1-0 now on Asher. Mason Parker waits in the on-deck circle. Huh? Got a pinch hitter, Clayton Caskey. How about that? Pitch to Clayton, swinging a miss way out in front of the off-speed. And it's 1-1 on Clayton. Asher's dad sitting in front of me would, tell me, my kid's not in there. Not that dads ever say things like that. 1-1 pitch to Caskey, downstairs. Clayton ahead in the count, 2-1. So of the 16 remaining, who you got?
Of the 16?
You still going to go with Florida?
Yeah.
Okay. Throw behind the runner. It's always a dangerous throw. Bench jockey's getting on Rogers for not diving back into the bag. Went in standing up. Bo says, I'm QB1. I'll do whatever I want. 2-1 pitch to Clayton. Little ground ball foul on the third base side. Count now 2-2. And what about on the women's side?
Done actually better on the women's side than I did on the men's side.
Okay.
Let me see. I'm pulling up my.
The only thing about the women's bracket that upset me was why it wasn't set up to where if they got that far, South Carolina and UConn didn't play in the national championship.
Yeah.
2-2 pitch on the way here. That one's rolled towards short. Bobbled. Caskey tried to beat it out. And the throw gets away from the first baseman. So Clayton's safe, and Rogers will score from second. Standing up, he mentioned. And it's a 7-1 ball game. So Caskey using his wheels. And the throw by Caleb was up the line and unable to corral it over there at first base. Asa Freeman. So another run across now for Mangum. 7-1 in the third. And here comes Mason Parker. Mason walked and scored his first time around. Pretty good lead over there for Clayton. We know how well he runs. Pitch outside and the count 1-0.
Yeah, I didn't go with either of those teams on the women's side.
Really?
Yeah, I actually have TCU winning it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I've watched them quite a bit this year. They've, I've really enjoyed them, and I think if anybody, a dark horse has a chance, I think it's TCU.
Well, they've got the runner picked off. Oh no, they throw it away. Boy, they had dead to rights Caskey, and the ball goes down the right field line. Clayton will wind up at third base. I think Asa Freeman got crossed up there. He thought, he was watching the delivery of his pitcher, and he thought Gray was going home, and he came over to first, and ball got by him. So that'll be E. That's the second error of the inning, E1. And so a chance now for Parker to get a run home from third base with 2 gone. 1-0 pitch. Downstairs for a ball. And the count 2-0. By the way, Coach William Dickey has joined us. Hello, Coach. I'm sure he is sartorically correct. Always is. Would love to emulate that man's fashion. 2-0 pitch. Gray took something off of it and couldn't get the... Oh, he did. All right, then.
We weren't close enough to hear it, I guess.
Dan Goodson said, not so fast. 2-1 now on the ninth place hitter for the Tigers. Runner over at third, 2 gone. Heard, that time. And the count fell at 2-2. Dan's like, Barnes, I did enough games with you. You're going to know, buddy.
He's working the press box at this point.
Known Dan a long time, and we did.
Yes.
We umpired and officiated a lot of games together. Swing and a miss, gone on strikes, and the inning will come to an end. But not before Mangum comes up with another run. They played 1 run on no hits. There were a couple of errors and a runner left on board. We've played 3, Mangum 7, Hobart 1, and this is the Fox Radio Network.
Granite Drug Company would like to thank their customers for shopping local. They're proud to offer pharmacy services, including immunizations, Dispill personalized medication management, health and beauty products, gifts for every occasion, and the soda fountain, open all day and serving lunch from 11 till 2. Remember, when you need prescriptions filled, tell your doctor Granite Drug Company.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from, but choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
When unexpected illness or injury disrupts your day, immediate care is a necessity, not a luxury. At Variety Care's Hobart Clinic, we're here for you at the moment you need us most. Whether you are battling the flu, managing a chronic condition, or simply due for your annual checkup, our team of dedicated healthcare professionals is here to support you and your family with personalized care, Sooner Care, and private insurance plans accepted. Visit today, 1000 South Broadway, Hobart, 405-632-6688 to schedule an appointment. That's 405-632-6688.
So we go to the top of the 4th inning, and Mangum on top, 7-1. It'll be Asa Freeman, Josh Smith, and Tyshawn Caleb for this group from Hobart. They got 1 to begin the ball game and haven't scored since. Denise York has joined us. Hello, Denise. Mangum, by the way, back in action tomorrow at home as they will entertain Merritt. Junior high at 4:30. Varsity to follow. And I'm not saying we're going to do this, but if tomorrow went anything like today, we could go do the slow pitch softball game, Mangum and Navajo, and have plenty of time to get over here and do the varsity game.
Yeah, I was talking with Coach Reese during the junior high game, and in that half inning that I was gone for about a half hour.
Yeah.
We had 2 pitching changes in the half inning, and he was just going, man, he said, I loved baseball. I played baseball for so many years. I coached softball. He said, I don't know if I could ever do the opposite.
Yeah.
He said it's so much of a slower, more deliberate game.
Yep. 1-0 pitch swung on a miss by Freeman. It's 0-1 now. Or 1-1 on Asa, who's got the only RBI in the ball game for Hobart, as he rolled into a fielder's choice and scored Cooper Gray. Late on that pitch there. 1-2 on Freeman. Gillespie. Line shot center field. Going back, Parker. Mason over his head. That one's going to roll all the way to the fence. On his way to second base will be Asa Freeman. Leadoff double here in inning number 4 for the Hobart Bearcats. That ball was ripped.
A frozen rope.
Brandy Webb has joined us. And Xavier Panetta has checked in as well. Going to have you folks alongside as Josh Smith will step in. Smith, the catcher tonight for Hobart. 0 for 1. He rolled into a fielder's choice back to Colton Gillespie to end inning number 1. Called strike, and it's 0-1. So, I just, obviously, Gino Oriema has had the career he has had at UConn, and Captain Obvious say he's a great coach. I mean, yeah, he's proved that. 0-1 offering on the way here. And again, fly ball into left center field. Going back, Parker's still going back. He'll make the catch on the warning track. Well, that ball was hit a long way, but a good job by Mason to go get it for out number 1. Smith put a charge into it, but Parker able to track it down for the first down of the inning. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a mistake base running there. Maybe Freeman tags up on that play instead of going halfway. Anyhow, 1 gone now for Caleb Tishon, who runs well, the shortstop. 0 for 1, struck out. That was the inning that Colton Gillespie struck out the side. Pitch upstairs for a ball. 1-0. Anyhow, Oriema, we know his track record, what he's done at UConn, and all the great players he has turned out. But I'll tell you what, Dawn Staley can coach too.
Yes.
She is something else at South Carolina. Ground ball, foul down the third base line. 1-1 on Caleb, rather.
I have been taking pride in my bracket because I'm actually ahead of Clinton Yates and Scott Van Pelt both.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So how about that?
The ball-headed Scott Van Pelt.
Yeah, SVP.
1-2. Had a chance to see him and John Anderson, who used to work at ESPN, no longer does, but what was it, 07 that Southern Hills hosted the PGA? Pitch inside for a ball. Gets away from Brooks, and that'll allow Freeman to go to third base. He's there with 1 gone, and the count 2-2 now on Caleb. Anyhow, they let the media come play Southern Hills that year ahead of the PGA, and so I got that opportunity, and both Anderson and Van Pelt were there, and they just held court the entire time. This one popped up behind home plate. Jackson gives chase, and there's that bang. Larry McLaughlin sitting down below us, and Larry been here all night long. He acted like that was a surprise that it hit.
He's awake now.
Oh, he was asleep. That's what it was. All right. He's doing his Red Fox impersonation from Sanford and Son. Elizabeth, I'm away, Elizabeth. 2-2 pitch on the way here. Called strike 3. And Caleb got on strikes for the second time tonight. The backwards K. I should have you look that one up. Your little AI thing there. Why is it a backwards K in the book when you get caught looking on the strikeout? 2 gone now for Efren Gonzalez, who has a backwards K next to his name. Runner at third base here. Still a 7-1 ball game. Gillespie trying to keep that runner 90 feet away. First pitch to Efren, taken for a ball, 1-0. 7 strikeouts through 3 2/3 for Gillespie. Good job by Brooks that time as he smothered the ball literally. Got up into his chest protector. He looked like he was a magician pulling a rabbit out of his hat. Count 2-0 now on Gonzalez. Efren takes strike. 2-1.
So the backward K was to show a batter who was caught looking, meaning they didn't swing at the third strike, and the visual way to say that they just stood there. It's a subtle but tells a very different story than a regular strikeout because a swinging K is aggressive but beat. The backward K, frozen, fooled, or passive.
2-2 pitch on the way here. Swing and a miss. K, nope. Ball dropped by Jackson Brooks. And he's getting a piece of it that time, keeping me at bat alive. Efren Gonzalez. Still over at third base with 2 gone. Asa Freeman. We play here in the 4th. 2-2 pitch on the way. Downstairs for a ball. And the count full, 3-2. And for those who have never kept a scorebook, you're just missing out on the magic of baseball and or softball. Payout pitch on the way here. Ball 4, runners at the corners. So a double and a walk, and runners at first and third now for Braxton Mackey. Mackey got caught looking to end inning number 2. Casey Kroom going to come out and have a conversation. And he made a motion towards second base. We may see Cooper Curbo come in and pitch, and we're going to. So a pitching change being made here. 7-1, Mangum leads. 2 out, top of the 4th. Runners at the corners when you and I come back on the Fox Radio Network.
Ashley Slayton, family nurse practitioner, and the rest of the friendly faces at the JCMH Family Care Clinic in Mangum treat all ages, children through adults. This means we are all yours for well child exams, annual checkups, as well as those illnesses that can hit us. We also do management of chronic illnesses like asthma, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Same-day appointments are usually available. The JCMH Family Care Clinic is located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Call 782-3393 for appointments.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring. Mangum Golden Age Apartments offer HUD-approved housing for anyone 62 or older or on Social Security or disability. They have 1 bedroom and efficiencies which include all bills paid, including Wi-Fi. Mangum Golden Age Apartments are located at 100 East Lincoln, right on the downtown square in Mangum. For more information, call Katie at 580-782-2452. 580-782-2452. Hey, come on by the Mangum Tag Agency at 108 East Pierce in Mangum for all your vehicle tag and registration needs. Driver's license, ID renewals, including CDL or Add Real ID. We now offer initial issuance and out-of-state driver's license and ID transfers. And we issue Pike Pass. For fast, friendly customer service, come see Tom, Cynthia, or Adam. We're here for you. Check us out online at mangumtag.com. For tag renewals and more information, phone 580-782-3004. The Mangum Tag Agency says, Go Tigers!
Mangum Regional Medical Center is going strong, serving Greer County and southwest Oklahoma. The Mangum Hospital provides a full-service Level 4, ER-staffed 24/7, both in- and outpatient stays, swing bed services, and outpatient lab, physical therapy, and radiology services. Mangum Regional Medical Center, here for you, right here at home.
Shane Hagee joining us in time to see Cooper Curbo on the mound. And Curbo will start Braxton Mackey off with a strike, hit it 0-1. And in my scorebook, I put a little check mark where Curbo came in. The runners at the corners are the responsibility of Colton Gillespie. There's a cold strike. The count 0-2. Curbo did not care that Efren Gonzalez took second base. His entire focus is on the batter at the plate. 0-2 pitch on the way here. Gets by. Brooks will chase, but scoring from third base. Boy, that was a tough slide there by Asa. Freeman kind of got stuck in the dirt and did a pop-up slide, and it's a good thing he did because stuff could have got caught otherwise. So on the wild pitch, scoring from third is Freeman, and it's now a 7-2 ball game. That run charged to Colton Gillespie. Taking third on the play, Efren Gonzalez. Pitch inside for ball. The count now leveled at 2-2.
So are you a fan of the TGL series?
I never watched it.
I haven't either.
Never watched it. 2-2 pitch. Upstairs for ball. The count full 3-2. And
I guess they're doing the finals tonight. That's why I was wondering.
Sherry Shepard Kendall. I bet she doesn't watch TGL. What is it? The what golf league?
I don't know.
Top
golf league? I don't know.
Strike three here. Braxton Mackey caught looking backwards K. The inning will come to an end, but not before Hobart comes up with their second run of the ball game. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and a runner left on board. We've played 3.5. It's 7-2. Mangum in front of Hobart on the Fox Radio Network.
Iowa County Farm Bureau agents Greg Holt and Janie Jackson are your neighbors, living beside you, working for you and with you. Complete insurance coverage for the automobile, farm, home, life, and personal go-the-extra-mile service is just part of the package. Farm Bureau. Your Kiowa County agents in Hobart, Snyder, and Mountain View are Greg Holt and Janie Jackson. So for great service and great rates, see Greg or Janie at Kiowa County Farm Bureau offices in Hobart, Snyder, and Mountain View. In your time of grief, you can count on Larry and Kimberly Eshetai at Ray and Martha's Funeral Homes of Southwest Oklahoma, with locations in Hobart, Mountain View, Carnegie, Anadarko, Cordell, and Sentinel. Ask about transferring a policy from another funeral home. They will take care of absolutely everything. Hey, they're professionals, caring, compassionate. Larry and Kimberly Eshetai and staff at Ray and Martha's Funeral Homes of Southwest Oklahoma. They're there when you need them. Scott Northrup, CPA in Hobart, is once again a proud Bearcat booster, wishing our fine student-athletes the best of luck. Now, we appreciate your efforts. And by the way, Scott, just so you know, was All-State in '48. He's one smart son of a gun, too. He doesn't need a bunch of computers and calculators. He does all his deciphering right there in his head, and he never makes a mistake. Hardly ever. Go Bearcats and Lady Bearcats. From Scott Northrup and staff, certified public accountant in Hobart.
Bottom half of inning number 4. It'll be the top of the order for the Tigers. Derek Hammond, Max Richardson, and Colton Gillespie. Anybody gets on board, Jackson Brooks would bat here in the 4th. Mangum leading 7-2. We talked about the TGL, that golf league, that indoor golf league, and we were always doing basketball games, it seemed like, on nights that it was being played. And I guess the worst part of it is it's the last that we've seen of Tiger Woods for several months. Tore the Achilles a couple of weeks ago, and I was really looking forward to watching him at the Masters. Leadoff batter here is Derek Hammond, and Derek takes outside for a ball. Want to know, Derek flying to center his first time around, doubled and drove in a run, back in the second, and scored a run.
Whether you
1 for 2.
like him or not, a healthy Tiger Woods is good for the game of golf.
That one's out of play. And the count 1-1. And I realize that Tiger made mistakes, with his marriage and that sort of thing. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that do that. And why he was singled out when so many others have done the same, if not worse, it mystified me. 2-1. Not condoning it by any stretch of the imagination, but my goodness. So we've got TV shows, reality TV shows, that's the basis of the show, 3-1 now. But you're right. Tiger being able to play is great for the game. 3-1 pitch on the way here. Inside, and so the leadoff runner aboard in inning number 4 for Mangum. We have a standing date, play golf on Sunday mornings. And back in 2019, the last time that Tiger won the Masters, we decided as a group we were all staying at our respective homes and watching Tiger play. Yeah. And I actually have I've got one of the flags from the 2019 Masters.
Oh, wow.
So I don't really get it. There goes the runner. Hammond, a great jump and throw well off the mark. And Derek's in scoring position with nobody on here in inning number 4. Like I say, I'm not big into that sort of thing, but that is certainly a prized possession. I actually got to see Tiger and Justin Thomas and all of them a couple of years back when the PGA was played again at Southern Hills. Pitch outside for a ball, 2-0.
I've been down to I went to the Byron Houston a couple of different times. A friend of ours worked for one of the companies that I think it was Toshiba, and they had a skybox right on the 18th green, and so got to watch some exciting. It was always Thursday, but still, it was exciting stuff, and that was back. Got to shake the hand of Payne Stewart, which was exciting for me because I went to college in Springfield, and when my dad was in college, he actually played a few rounds of golf with a teenage Payne Stewart who was coming up in the ranks.
Oh my goodness! Ball thrown into center field here, and a good job of backing it up by the center fielder, Dontrell Bailey. Will keep Derek Hammond at second base. Payne Stewart, one of the great ambassadors for not just for the game of golf, but just for men. This one's fouled back to the screen. 2-2 now on Max Richardson, who's worn the collar here tonight. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Good to see him get untracked. Runner at second. Nobody out here in inning number 4, 7-2. Mangum on top, trying to keep the record perfect at 3-0. Big lead there for Derek. And at second base. Pitch outside for a ball. Richardson is run at full, 3-2. Tragic the way that Payne Stewart lost his life. But the year he won the tournament on Father's Day, that is an iconic moment in the game of golf. 3-2 pitch, ball 4. Richardson aboard for the first time tonight.
Loved the heart that the man played with.
He had a passion for the game, didn't he?
He did.
Would wear his emotion on his sleeve. And many times that doesn't work in the game of golf, but he was able to get it to work.
A lot of times, the ones that you see me cheering for, those are the ones. The ones that give their all, that show you they love it. Those are the ones that I tend to root for.
Runners at first and second. Nobody out for Colton Gillespie. What can you do for us now, Colton? He's gone Jack City in his first at bat, and then hit a shot into center field that he simply outran the baseball and touched the ball. A couple of home runs in the ball game for Gillespie. Now he bats here in inning number 4 with runners at first and second, nobody out. Takes a ball ahead in the count, 1-0.
That's the chance to slow him down as a runner in front of him.
1-0 pitch on the way here. Outside for a ball, 2-0. And again, the number of high school baseball games I've won, total 0. But I look out in center field and I see Dontrell Bailey, not all that deep, and I have to wonder aloud, why? 2-0 pitch, outside for a ball, 3-0. And this may be why. This may be the proverbial unintentional, intentional walk right now. Ooh. Count 3-0 on Gillespie. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. And again, they'll throw behind the runner. Derek will duck away from it.
See, that was kind of my thinking in why he was shallow in center field, because they're not planning to get anywhere close to where he's going to hit.
And that may very well be
the runner honest.
I mean, there's a shot into left field. That'll be a base hit. Hammond off of the pitch. They're going to send him. Here comes the throw. They'll cut it off. And Derek will score easily. Now the ball gets away from Allison at third. And moving up 90 feet will be Richardson to third and Gillespie to second. So an RBI on the play. The third of the night now for Colton. His third base hit. And then he advances on the throwing error. Richardson at third. And Gillespie at second. And Jackson Brooks now looks to get on track. Jackson 0 for 1, struck out looking his last time around. He walked and scored his first time. He didn't actually score. Courtesy runner did, but you get the idea. Pitch upstairs to Jackson, 1-0. All right, Tiffany McIntosh has joined us. Hello, Tiff. Runners at second and third. Nobody out here in the fourth. Mangum on top, 8-2. Pitch outside to Brooks. And the count 2-0. By the way, Gillespie hit a 3-0 pitch into left field for a base hit. If you're going to swing 3-0, you better get a hit. Otherwise, you get a big-time fine in the Kangaroo Court. 2-0 pitch. Line shot foul on the right side. 2-1. Mangum 3 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, and so far 1 here in the fourth. But again, runners at second and third and nobody out. Brooks calls for and gets time called. Cooper Curbo, who's now pitching for Mangum, waits in the on-deck circle. Jackson looks at one inside, and the count now gone to 3-1 on Brooks. Now he can set on one here. A lot of room in left center field for the catcher for Mangum. Left-hander's pitch on the way. Jackson rolls it to Allison at third. He'll knock it down and has no play anywhere. So good job by Jackson Allison to knock that ball down at third base. But by the time he was able to gather it, Richardson scored easily from third. Gillespie stayed put at second. And Brooks was safe at first base. So runners at first and second. Colt Allison out of the dugout and not looking to blow out his birthday cake candles right now. He is a little bit hot under the collar. Having a conversation with Cooper Gray. And you could just tell that the aura that Coach Allison is giving off is not welcoming. You look at the players, and they're all like 2 or 3 arms length away. They don't want to get near him.
No, they're like, it's his birthday. It's supposed to be better than this.
Oh, that was good there. I mean, he come out, he's coaching kids up, and they're staying at arm's length or better away. That's good stuff. I love it. So out of the conversation, runners at first and second now, 9-2 the score. And Cooper Curbo will step in. And again, Cooper Gray bluffs the move to second base. So my question is, you're down 9-2. Why do you use that energy doing that? Pitch down to the dirt, got to get away from the catcher. And the runners will move up 90 feet. Gillespie to third, courtesy runner to second. And the count on Curbo is 1-0. Bo Rogers, who has hit the baseball hard tonight, waits in the on-deck circle. One-0 pitch on the way here. Lifted in on the infield, calling for it is the second baseman. And catch is made by Kinsler. Kind of battling a high sky there. Didn't look confident, but he made the play for out number 1.
It was Gillespie darting from third is what I was giggling about, because Colton was like, make sure he's paying attention. I'm over here.
So Rogers will step in. Bo doubled his first time around. Hit one hard down the line, foul, and then walked and came around to score. Takes downstairs for a ball, 1-0. A 9-2 ball game. We play in the fourth. Bo out in front of that one. He had a healthy cut, didn't he?
He sure did.
1-1 now on Rogers. Runner in second, runner in third, 1 gone in the fourth. Mangum trying to end it with a run rule. Foul tip, and it's 1-2 now on Bo. Wouldn't you? I mean, it would have just been so much fun being a neighborhood kid to him and Zeke and just play, because they play every game, 1-2 pitch here, cold strike, yeah. Bo was fooled on that one. He was looking for something different, and good piece of pitching there by Cooper Gray for out number 2. So 2 gone now for Ryland Holt. Holt, soft liner back to the pitcher in the first to end the inning, and then a line shot to right. His last time at bat, he's 0 for 2. Takes a fast strike for a ball, 0-1, 1-0 rather. The count on the left-handed hitting Holt. Hits this one hard into right center field, or left center field. Gillespie will score easily. Here comes the courtesy runner. That one rolled all the way to the wall. Holt rounding second, headed to third. He'll make it in there, standing up. Great piece of hitting right there by Ryland Holt. He hit a rocket into the gap. And left center field drove home 2, and that'll make it 11-2. Couple of RBI on the stand-up triple for Holt. So Clayton Caskey will dig in. Caskey, line shot. Knocked down by Caleb at short, but he will not be able to make a play, and scoring easily from third on the play will be Ryland Holt. And that will do it. There's your run rule right there. Clayton Caskey, the infield single and the RBI. And Mangum will win it via the run rule, 12-2. Come up with 4 runs in the inning, 4 runs on 3 hits. There were a couple of errors, and a man left on base. Mangum wins it 12-2. We're back to wrap it up after this on the Fox Radio Network.
For professional sales and service on your heating and cooling systems, call Justin Shelburne at 580-726-3338. Justin sells and services quality Carrier home comfort systems, and he works on all brands. Justin is friendly and professional, so if you need service work on a new unit, call Justin at 580-726-3338. That's Shelburne Heating and Air in Hobart.
For 110 years, Stride Bank has helped agriculture communities expand their operations. Today, you can find your financial stride at our new loan production office in Hobart, Oklahoma. Offering real estate lending, operating lines, livestock and machinery lending, we work hard to help you grow your farm and keep it for generations to come. Learn more about our products and services at www.stridebank.com or stop by our office at 317 South Main Street, Hobart, Oklahoma, to visit with me, Tanner Heath, Stride Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ready to transform your space into something extraordinary? Valspar brings your vision to life with colors that inspire and finishes that endure. With over 200 years of expertise, we don't just make paint. We help you create stories on every wall. Discover a spectrum of shades that speak to you all at a price that feels just right. When it's time to make your mark, choose Valspar at the place you trust most, T.H. Rogers Lumber Company in Hobart. Let's paint your world together.
Friends, you need to
come back to Michael Barnes and the Cameron Dole experience to wrap it up. Mangum wins it by a final score of 12-2 as they scored 5 there in that 4th inning to put it away and improved to 3-0 on the year. We didn't mention it, and we didn't get there checking the boxes, but I did notice as the two teams were congratulating, Colt Allison was congratulating, and you can see him out there now, Remington Laughlin, who's got that right arm in a sling, not playing, not on the roster. And, boy, it's just been tough for Remy trying to keep that body healthy.
Had to have another procedure.
Yep. Judith Ann Miller says, good game, guys. And, indeed, it was. Deborah Gamble agreeing with that as well. So, Mangum 3-0 on the year. And falling to 0-4 will be Colt Allison's team as they lose on his 43rd birthday. Rachel Owens, good evening to you. So, Mangum back at home tomorrow night. If you'd like to catch them out, here at the ballpark. They will be taking on Merritt. Junior high game at 4:30, followed by the varsity contest. Our traveling microphones will be across town over at the softball field as the slow pitch season will begin for Coach Stidham and the Mangum Lady Tigers. They'll entertain Navajo. First pitch is set for about 5:30, and we'll have it along the Fox Radio Network on Classic Hits 97.7 on the YouTube channel and also on the 97 Facebook page. So, you know, it's late March. We're in our shorts and T-shirt doing baseball. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
It sure doesn't.
Goodness.
Beautiful night.
Yeah, it has been. So, for the Cameron Dole Experience, I'm Michael Barnes. Thanks for joining us tonight. Mangum wins it by a final score of 12-2 to improve to 3-0 on the year here on the Fox Radio Network.